Grazie. Evening, ladies and gentlemen. I call this Common Council meeting of the City of Dunkirk to order on this 17th day of September 2024, 5:34 p.m. Clerk, please conduct the roll call.
Councilmember Luskowiak.
Here.
Councilmember Yurko. Here. Councilmember Stoyle.
Here.
Councilmember Nichols.
Here.
And Councilman at Large Weiser.
Here. Thank you, Clerk. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all for joining us tonight. Before we proceed with our agenda, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge and thank Lillian Devine, our outgoing City Clerk, for all of her hard work and effort these past 9 months. And I'd also like to welcome our incoming City Clerk, Amy Dobeck. We're all looking forward to working with you. Additionally, I'd like to propose an amendment to tonight's agenda. Currently, the request for a hearing regarding the Dunkirk Motel demolition order is listed under communications from the public and petitions. However, given the nature of the matter and the importance of the hearing, I propose we amend the agenda to make this hearing a separate item to take place immediately following privilege of the floor. Do I have a motion to amend the agenda to include the hearing regarding the demolition order for the Dunkirk Motel as its own agenda item? Moved by Councilmember Luskowiak and seconded by Councilmember Nichols. Any discussion? Okay, seeing none, Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Luskowiak.
Aye.
Councilmember Yurko.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyle.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Weiser.
Aye, motion carried. The hearing will take place immediately after privilege of the floor. And now that that's been moved to a separate agenda item, we'll need to renumber the remaining communications from the public and petitions accordingly. The second item will now be renumbered as the first, the third is the second, and so on. Next, we have the certification of prior meetings.
Okay. This is to certify that an official copy of the minutes of the regular Common Council meeting of Tuesday, September 3rd, 2024 was presented to the mayor on Friday, September 13th, 2024. Pursuant of Section 3.03, the Dunkirk City Charter, all items presented to the mayor are now in full force and effect. In witness whereof, I have here set my hand and seal of the City of Dunkirk, New York on the 17th day of September.
Okay, is there a motion to dispense with the reading of the minutes and approve them as presented? Moved by Councilmember Nichols, seconded by Councilmember Luskowiak. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Luskowiak.
Aye.
Councilmember Yurko.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyle.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Weiser.
Aye, the minutes are approved as presented. We now move to privilege of the floor.
Okay. Ready? The privilege of the floor shall be extended to any person appearing for themselves, in which case each individual appearing shall be limited to 3 minutes, and to any person representing any group who shall be limited to a maximum time of 5 minutes. The privilege of the floor is reserved for members of the public to speak on any subject pertinent to affairs of the city government. The city clerk shall have the duty of maintaining such time limits, and the chair may determine in their discretion whether individuals are speaking for themselves or representing groups. The chair shall maintain good order and may require any speaker to cease speaking if remarks are made in bad taste or slanderous or not germane. The time limit specified above shall be adhered to, except that the chair may allow any person speaking to complete a statement or thought started before such time expires, and any longer time may be allowed by the chair with approval of the majority of the council.
Okay, privilege of the floor is now open. Are there any members of the public who wish to speak?
Excuse us. The attorney for the Dunkirk Hotel will unfortunately not be able to be here until 6, so if we could move this to time. I apologize.
No.
Okay.
Does the attorney have to be in presence?
Well, he is the one who requested, he does not have to be heard to hear them.
Well, the hearing's now.
Okay.
Okay, privilege of the floor is now open. If there are any members of the public who wish to speak, please step forward, state your name and address the council.
Hi, Brian Meyer, 49 Greco Lane. I run the flea market for the city.
The total amount of the money taken in was $1,740, $632.80 for advertising, leaves a check of $1,107.20.
Fantastic.
Yes.
We can take that up here.
It's more than last year. What happened? Are we not voting on the other thing?
I have no idea what just happened.
Thank you very much, Mr. Meyer.
No.
Anyone else wishing to speak?
Mary Louise McGraw, 736 Swan Street, Dunkirk, New York. I want to thank you for letting me speak. This adversarial relationship that has evolved between the city of Dunkirk and this project, A Tree for Thee, just cannot continue in this fashion. It is not professional, it is not profitable, and it's a complete waste of good energy. A conference call that I was part of would have been about 3 or 4 weeks ago with Mike Prohibition, E.J. Hayes, Vince DeJoy. It was made perfectly clear that we would only have our 14-acre territory to plant trees at the point. We discussed some things, I asked some questions, and that 14-acre fact was reiterated, I don't know, 4 or 5 or 6 times. E.J. Hayes interjected a question about us planting trees at Wright Park. I said, absolutely. That's always been part of the 3 different compromises we had offered to the mayor. Towards the end of the conference call, Mike restated the 14-acre Oak Street limit, and by that time I was incredibly frustrated, and my final reaction to his statement was probably not the most warm, fuzzy response I could have given, but I did say, fine, whatever, okay. A week later, I texted Mike, told him we were going to stake out 20 trees at Wright Park. He texted me back and said, fine, go ahead, just don't plant anything until it's been approved. That's a very reasonable request. On Monday night, we staked out 23 trees going up Serval and across Pine. The following Sunday, I just happened to be at Wright Park and noticed that every single one of our stakes had been pulled up and were gone. You can only imagine what I said and how I felt. I sent an email on Monday questioning what this was all about, and the response I got was, we just happened to pick the same 20 spots that the city had intended to plant trees. But of course, that information was never shared with us prior to staking out these trees. A week ago, I sent another email addressed to the mayor, Mike, and Vince DeJoy, and all of you got copies. I addressed the incident of pulling our stakes at Wright Park, and that no one, absolutely no one, took the time to even let us know that that's what happened. I also made a statement saying that we were going to stake out about 20 more stakes in our 14-acre area at the point, and we did so Thursday night. And by Friday afternoon, they were all gone and been pulled up again. We don't know who pulled them or why they pulled them. In this last paragraph of this email, I asked for help. Will someone, just one person, take the time to tell us where we can and cannot plant trees at Wright Park, because we don't know. I said we were going to make a planning plan by September 15th, which is this past Friday. A phone call to set something up, or someone to give us a specific direction as to where we could plant at Wright Park would have solved the whole problem. But no one responded. I have 3 questions that I would like the mayor, Mayor Dobias, or if you can't answer them, whoever can. Number 1, who made the decision to pull our stakes at Wright Park, and why, when we specifically, sincerely asked for direction as to where we can plant, that no one responded. Number two, the message I had gotten from Mike is that our 14 acres is all we were ever going to have to plant at the point. We put out stakes last Thursday night, and within 24 hours, someone pulled all of them. I would like to know who pulled them and why they were pulled. Number three, the city grant for trees designates $46,500, which is an upfront purchase that will have to be done by the city of Dunkirk. And then, after the grant is all said and done, all the boxes checked, you wait to get reimbursed. There have been newspaper articles asking whether or not Dunkirk will have enough income to make payroll by the end of the year. The city has not made payments to the employee pension fund for 2 years. The city council just passed resolution. Last meeting, there will be absolutely no overtime. So I would like to know where the city of Dunkirk is going to get $46,500 up front to pay for these 150 trees for the grant.
Your time has elapsed. Ms. McGraw, we would need a motion to extend from a member of council if we were to extend your time.
I just have a little, 2 sentences.
2 sentences?
Yeah. Can I finish?
Yes.
Meanwhile, A Tree for Thee has 212 applications, money for 212 applications, and 212 trees waiting to be planted, and all of this is free to the city of Dunkirk. It's like no one can see the forest from the trees in this scenario, and we cannot continue to butt heads with the city of Dunkirk like this. We can't do it.
Thank you, Ms. McGraw.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else who wishes
Oh, do I get
to
my
speak?
3 questions answered?
Mayor
We'll address
Del
those
Diaz?
later.
Later when?
Ms. McGraw, you have been more than welcome to call me at any point in time. You haven't done so. So we'll address this at a different time.
Can you give me, after this?
Not at this moment, I'm not, no.
I've sent you an email last Monday and no one ever addressed.
Please come to order.
Okay.
Thank you. Is there anyone else wishing to speak?
Hi, Abby. Hi, my name is Patricia Malechko. I'm just here on behalf of the motel issues and concerns that the neighborhood has. I think one of our main concerns is we have a very extremely elderly neighborhood. These people would not know what to do if something arose on their property. Many of them are widows. These people live in a 2x4 box. They are not managed with their medicines. They have no means for food. I know they can't help themselves. They do need help. We just feel in a residential neighborhood without supervision is not the best place. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Malechko. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak? Going once, twice. Privilege of the floor is now closed. At this time, we will conduct the hearing requested by Mr. Raj Patel, owner of the Dunkirk Motel, represented by the firm Attia and Attia PC, regarding the appeal of the order to raise the rear portion of the Dunkirk Motel located at Section 78.16, Block 1, Lot 23, and Section 78.16, Block 1, Lot 24. This hearing is being held in accordance with Section 18-1 of the Dunkirk City Code, which allows property owners to appeal decisions made by the building and zoning officer. The order in question was issued by Mr. Glenn Christner, the city's housing, building, and zoning officer, citing the rear portion of the Dunkirk Motel as dilapidated and a potential threat to public safety. We will begin by hearing from Mr. Christner, who will present his findings and rationale for the order, Afterward, Mr. Patel and/or his attorney will have the opportunity to present their appeal. Once both sides have been heard, council members may ask questions. A decision on the matter may be made at the conclusion of the hearing or deferred for further consideration. Mr. Christner, would you...
President, may I ask for 10 minutes for the other attorney to arrive here?
We would need a motion.
I make a motion to wait to 10.
Second.
Okay. Are you asking for a recess specifically?
Yes.
Okay.
Do we need an executive session today?
Oh, he's here.
No, I'm not waiting.
I could have one home. Does he not? No.
I heard somebody say something about the Motel.
Did you work today?
No. I did 102 videos in 2 days.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for a 10-minute recess.
Make a motion and we do a 10-minute recess.
Okay, motion and a second for a 10-minute recess. Is there any discussion, council?
Who made the second?
The second was made by Councilmember
Manley.
Luskoviac. Any discussion, council? Clerk, please call the vote.
Councilmember Luskoya?
Aye.
Councilmember Yurko?
No.
Councilmember Stoyl?
No.
Councilmember Nichols?
Yes, for a recess.
Councilmember at Large Weiser?
Aye, motion carried. We'll now take a 10-minute recess and reconvene at 6:01 p.m. Thank you. Mr. Quistner, would you please present the findings that led to the demolition order and any supporting documentation or evidence you wish to provide?
Good evening. We're considering the demolition notice that was issued for the vacant motel located on Point Drive West. This is not the Dunkirk motel that's located at 310 Lakeshore Drive. This is the vacant building behind it to the north. As a correction, it's not owned by Motel. It's owned by Rouse or Maximali Enterprises Incorporated. The building has been vacant as far as we can tell since 1995-96. In January, the owners were issued with a remove or repair order. They were given time to hire a design professional and consult with an attorney. They made a presentation to the Zoning Board of Appeals and they were denied. The parcels are located on Point Drive West, which is zoned R1 single-family residential. The zoning map is from 1995 and the building has been vacant longer than the zoning districts. After the remove and repair order was issued and the Zoning Board of Appeals ruled, it was moved to a demolition or a remove order in July. The building, I feel, meets the definition of unsafe structures. I would like to read from the Fire Code of New York State. An unsafe structure is one that is found to be dangerous to life, health, property, or safety to public or the occupants of the structure by not providing minimum safeguards to protect or warn occupants in the event of a fire, or because such structure contains unsafe equipment or is so damaged, decayed, dilapidated, or structurally unsafe that is of such faulty construction or unstable foundation that partial and complete collapse is possible. A vacant structure that is not secured against unauthorized entry as required by Section 311 of this code shall be deemed unsafe. In conclusion, I would ask that you verify the demolition order that was issued in July for the vacant motel on Point Drive West. There are no fire separations, detectors, alarms. The building is unprotected. The exterior is blighted with missing, broken, boarded windows and has become a blight in the residential neighborhood. It is both unsafe and an attractive nuisance. If the building were to be repaired, realistically, it would cost $660,000, not including site improvements. The current structure is assessed at $38,000.
Thank you, Mr. Quistner. Is there a representative present on behalf of Mahalaxmi Enterprises, LLC, to present the appeal?
The attorney that is designed to represent is literally downstairs. He'll be up in a second. But I can address a couple things about the structure, and I can submit that. First of all, we've hired an architect. We have gone through with a structural engineer. The structure is sound. It's on slab, certified by a licensed structural engineer.
Would you mind stating your name for the record, sir?
I'm sorry?
Would you mind stating your name for the record?
My name is Thomas Zawadsky of Rudra Management. So we have now also put together a budget to rehab the back buildings. We investigated it the other day. The plumbing is in decent working order. The electric was basically just cut in half, so we have to readjoin that. And the plumbing was vandalized and taken the copper. But there are plans and budgets to reopen the hotel. And I'd like to, in the back of the room, I have boards where I show you what we're going to be doing. We have architectural drawings. And so we want to bring this business back to business and be a part of the community. If you've been to the site recently, we've also started conducting site work, cleaning it up. So we are sincere about this. Rudra Management is backing the family that owns it. Rudra Management owns 52 hotels. This was the founder of Rudra Manage's first motel so it has some emotional value to it. And we look forward to working with you to bring it back to life and back on the payroll, the tax rolls and so forth.
Thank you, sir. Anything further?
No, I think the attorney will be here, like I said, in a few seconds. Let me just call. 1 second, please.
This time, I'll open the floor to any questions from council members.
How long are we gonna wait?
Any questions or discussion, council?
I mean, I'll say something. I just don't understand, after it's been vacant for decades, why when the order was presented, all of a sudden you want interest in it.
If I may. I mean, we're going through expenses with architects. We're doing total remodeling. We've again spent money on engineers, architects, designers. Bringing the hotel back. Here are all the improvements we're putting in. So graph it right out. From paint to structure to infrastructure, MEPs, new P-TECH units and so forth. We even got down to the final layouts of the rooms. So we're starting to spend some serious money here. So I hope you reconsider the opportunity for us to reopen the business and contribute back to the community.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening, Common Council. My name is Ryan McCann. I'm an attorney with Atia & Atia. I apologize for being late today, but I was of the understanding that this matter was going to be held after your regular meeting, so that we are going to commence at 6:30. So that's why I'm just walking in right now at 6:11. Nonetheless, I just want to first and foremost, excuse me, identify the elephant in the room, and just frankly, I think that the primary issue we have here is the fact that the community and perhaps Common Council or some members of Common Council may not be a fan of my clients' customers. I'm here to tell you that gender, race, social status, completely irrelevant to Common Council's analysis as it pertains to this particular matter. I want to bring you guys back to 2021. Well, first and foremost, I just want to identify the fact that we have this motel, or these buildings, are all situated on 3 separate parcels. The primary structure, which is the primary motel, actually extends upon at least one of the other parcels. And so all 3 parcels were all zoned commercial up until approximately 2021. In 2021, the parcel, or the 2 parcels of property in the rear of the structure, were rezoned to R1. And so at that point in time, the code enforcement officer, Mr. Krishner, took the position that my clients had to apply for a special use permit and a variance for the continued operation of the motel. And based on my review of the historical documents and my understanding of the facts of this case, I believe that that decision was frankly incorrect. I believe that my clients have a non-conforming use, continued use of the properties as a motel, and should be able to continue their operations as a motel. The code enforcement officer is going to indicate that my clients abandoned their use of the rear parcels because those rear buildings have been left vacant for a period of time. The law specifically states there has to be evidence of an intent to abandon the use of the property. The mere discontinuance of a non-conforming use is insufficient as a matter of law, okay, for purposes of them losing their non-conforming use of those properties. This is a motel. They've used all of these properties for purposes of operations of their business, and they should be the Common Council should continue to allow them to operate their business for the betterment of this community. In terms of the aesthetics and just overall the renovations of the rear buildings, my clients have tried, all right, and are committed to spending money to make these improvements, but because of these constant roadblocks, they're unable to move forward with those plans. Mr. Christner asked my client to file for a variance. We did that. That was denied. So immediately after the denial of that variance, we received a letter from him indicating that he wanted the structures to be demolished, and that's why we're here today. Okay? I'm open to any questions that anyone has.
You say that your client should be allowed to operate it as a hotel, but are you aware that he's not operating it as a hotel? He's operating it as a halfway house / short, long-term living. That is, listen, we live there, we see it. People have plants. You don't have a plant in a hotel. A whole rack of plants outside your room. He's not operating it properly. That's the main issue. I mean, are you aware of that? Are you aware that that's what's happening?
I'm not aware of anything other than it being operated as a motel.
Correct. It is not being operated as a hotel.
Am I allowed to speak real quick?
Legal, do we allow public comments during this time? I don't believe so.
I would not during Mr. McCann's statements.
Correct.
Maybe after Mr. McCann's statements.
Okay.
Hear that.
People are living there a year.
I would ask, are there any other questions for Mr. McCann from council?
Anything further, council?
Yes, along with Abby, there are permanent residents that are there. It doesn't matter of what nature they are, what religion, what classification. They are there as permanent. If you call there and ask to rent a room for 2 nights, there is none available.
They're sold out.
Thank you.
Because they're not operating as a hotel.
Right.
I'd like to see the guest register.
Well, respectfully, I'm not prepared to discuss that today because, frankly, it's not relevant to Common Council's decision relative to the buildings and the rear lots.
But, sir, I disagree with you. If that's happening now with the front part of that portion of the motel, what's to say we okay the variance and say go ahead, demolish it, do the construction of that? What's to say that it's going to be a bigger version of what's on the front, on the back side of that? There's no guarantee of that for us.
Correct.
Councilmember Leskoviak?
Yeah, it was a neglected part for decades, and I know through the past that they have not kept up the motel. And so I don't believe that they're in good faith with their word in changing and making it look nice, keeping it look nice, etc. So I'm not going to be for it.
Anything further, council?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. McCann. Okay. We appreciate the information provided. We'll now consider the next steps. Council may make a decision at this time or defer the matter for further consideration. I'd entertain a motion from the council regarding the hearing.
I move that council uphold the order to demolish the rear portion of the Dunkirk Motel as presented by Mr. Christner.
Is there a second?
I second it.
Third. Seconded by Councilmember Nichols. Clerk, please call the roll for the vote.
Councilmember Leskowiak?
Aye.
Councilmember Yurko?
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl?
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Weiser?
Aye, motion carried. Thank you to everyone who participated in the hearing. We will now move forward with the rest of tonight's agenda. Next, we move to communications from the mayor, including disapproval messages. Mayor Dovias.
I am none this evening.
Thank you. Next, we'll address communications from the public and petitions.
Request number 1. It's a request from Jerry McGarity on behalf of the Lakeshore Humane Society to use the public sidewalks around their adoption center to host the annual Pat McGee Memorial Dog Walk on Sunday, September 29th, 2024, beginning at 10:30 a.m. The dog walk will follow the same route as last year.
Thank you. Any discussion, council? No. Okay. Do I have a motion to refer to the appropriate departments as well as approve subject to appropriate insurances and usual conditions? Moved by Councilmember Nichols, seconded by Councilmember Yerico. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Luskowiak?
Aye.
Councilmember Yerico?
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl?
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Councilman at Large Weiser?
Aye, motion carried.
Okay, number 2. It's also a request from Jerry McGarity on behalf of the Lakeshore Humane Society to have Lieutenant Brian Dietzen and K-9 Gunny lead the annual Pat McGee Memorial Dog Walk on Sunday, September 29th, 2024 at 10:30 a.m.
Okay, any discussion, council? Okay. Anything from you, Chief Ortolano?
I've talked with Lieutenant Deeds and he's all set.
Great. In that case, do I have a motion to refer to the PBA?
So moved.
Moved by Councilmember Nichols, seconded by Councilmember Yerico. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Luskowiak?
Aye.
Councilmember Yerico?
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl?
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Weiser?
Aye, motion carried. Please come to order in the back of the room. Excuse me, ma'am, please come to order. Thank you.
Okay, request 3. Request from Bill Quinn on behalf of the IBEW Union to have the bounce house at a lower pavilion at Point Gratiot Park on Saturday, September 21st, 2024 for a union party.
Any discussion, council? Okay, if not, do I have a motion to refer to the appropriate departments as well as approve subject to appropriate insurances and usual conditions? Moved by Councilmember Stoyl, seconded by Councilmember Yerico. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Luskowiak?
Aye.
Councilmember Yerico?
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl?
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Weiser?
Aye, motion carried.
Okay, request 4. Request from Mike Broderick on behalf of Shaw Educational Services requesting to have Dunkirk police officers provide off-duty security detail for their home instruction program at School 4 from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. on school days.
Any discussion, council?
Chief, you want to explain to the public there'll be no overtime involved in this?
This is directly from the school district. We started a new program with this company and spoke with Mr. Mansfield about it. This will be directly through the PBA and the city will not be involved other than allowing our officers to do this and be indemnified.
Thank you very much, and thank the PBA for their help.
Anything further, council? Okay, do I have a motion to refer to the PBA? Moved by Councilmember Nichols, seconded by Councilmember Luskowiak. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Luskowiak?
Aye.
Councilmember Yerico?
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl?
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Weiser?
Aye, motion carried.
Number 5, notice of claim from Nora Contreras of 54 Ruggles Street for injuries caused by a fall allegedly due to unmaintained uneven sidewalks in front of the farmer's market.
Any discussion, council?
Yeah, I know, Vince, with CDBG, they were doing the walkabout on sidewalks for repair. And I know that's part of economic development, but I don't know if Nikki had gone to check out if there was any of the sidewalk around that, the new farmer's market that could utilize some of the funding there. If it was that devastated, the sidewalk, if it was that in bad shape.
We'll look at it this week and
Thank you.
hopefully.
Anything further, council? Okay, do I have a motion to refer to the Law Department and Department of Public Works? Moved by Councilmember Nichols, seconded by Councilmember Luskowiak. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Luskowiak?
Aye.
Councilmember Yerico?
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl?
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Weiser?
Aye, motion carried.
6, complaint for mortgage foreclosure from Freedom Mortgage Corporation.
Elliot, what the hell is this thing?
It's, I'm gonna look at it, but I'm guessing it's a standard notice for foreclosure in the city of Dunkirk.
Jesus, man,
I'm not sure why it's even on here, so basically the city is
We're a mortgagee.
party to a foreclosure action.
Yeah, I was going through it, New York lawyers, this and that, and I knew the guy that's involved, I'm thinking,
I don't think it's supposed to be part of
what the hell was...
I usually just file these, it's more involved in the city, unless it becomes a nuisance property.
Okay. So it just goes to you and you'll take care of it?
Yes.
Anything further, council? Okay, do I have a motion to refer to the law department?
I don't know what the hell that thing was.
Moved by Councilmember Nichols, seconded by Councilmember Yeruko. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Luskowiak.
Aye.
Councilmember Yeruko.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Weiser.
Aye, motion carried.
7, we have a loudspeaker permit request from Raquel Rosario of 77 Lincoln Avenue to use mics and speakers on Saturday, September 21st, 2024, from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. for a church service at her residence.
Any discussion, council?
Normally, when they do something at a residence, they get the okay from their neighbors on doing this, and I don't know if they did get a sign off that it would be okay with the neighbors.
Can anyone provide further context on that?
Yeah, I think they did.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, anything further, council? All right, in that case, do I have a motion to refer to the appropriate departments as well as approve? Moved by Councilmember Yeruko, seconded by Councilmember Nichols. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Luskowiak.
Aye.
Councilmember Yeruko.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Weiser.
Aye, motion carried.
Okay, 8, we have a walk-in request. It's a walk-in request from Variety, the children's charity of Buffalo and Western New York, to have 4 to 6 security personnel from the Dunkirk Police Department for a fundraiser on Saturday, September 21st, 2024 at the Chautauqua County Fairgrounds. Also requesting the Dunkirk Fire Department to be on standby in case of a fire medic emergency.
Any discussion,
Chairman,
council?
this has all been taken care of. Both the PBA and Local 616 are doing this on their own time.
Okay.
So thank all the guys. Am I correct, Mike?
No. No, the Variety Club will be reimbursing.
Oh, then I apologize. I thought it was.
There'll be no expense to the city, but yes, it'll be taken care of. Yes.
Okay.
Ours is direct.
Okay. Anything further, council? Okay, is there a motion to refer to the appropriate departments as well as approve subject to appropriate insurances and usual conditions? Okay, moved by Councilmember Nichols. Is there a second? Councilmember Luskowiak. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Luskowiak.
Aye.
Councilmember Yeruko.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Weiser.
Aye, motion carried. We'll now move to reports of standing committees, boards, and commissions. Councilmember Luskowiak.
Yeah, did we do communications from the mayor already, or?
Yep.
Did we did, okay. Okay,
Never mind.
Councilmember Luskowiak.
Randy, I wanted to remind that last year I requested and you allowed the, oh, Randy's not there.
Not here.
Okay. Maybe, Vince, maybe you can help me with this question. Since Gary Frederickson is here and he's a big pickleball fan, we have a lot of pickleball fans, and last year I requested and was allowed that they stay up through October. And can we do that again this year? And they're also requesting if the bathrooms on Monday and Wednesday can stay open those nights. I guess should I ask Randy, or I don't know if anybody can really say anything. I'll give Randy a call.
DPW did address this with me, and I told them that they should reach out to you directly to find out what the exact request was. So feel free to call Randy or Mike.
Okay. There's going to be an economic development committee meeting Tuesday, the 24th, and it's going to be at 4 p.m. in the Stearns Building. Vince, I do want to ask you if you could tell us more about the $4.75 million offshore funding passed by Congress, and it's now with the Senate. It's for risk mitigation towards our water embankments and shores, correct? And do you believe it will make it into the Senate appropriations bill and that it will be passed with no issues this year?
Well, thank you for bringing it up. So what we had, I believe it was last week, was an announcement by our Congressman, Nick Langworthy, that the earmark request that submitted earlier in the year, and it was supported by Congressman Langworthy, that put it in the House version of the appropriations bill, which, very grateful for that, for his support there. We additionally have support from Senator Schumer and Gillibrand that have included it in their list of projects. This is going to be the Homeland Security Committee, and in the Senate they haven't met yet, and we're still awaiting them to meet and we're keeping our fingers crossed that it will make it onto their appropriations bill. And then once that happens, it's basically, if it's in both versions, when they come together and create the bill that will be voted upon, hopefully it'll all make it to that final version. So we're grateful for the support we have, and it could be a great project that's basically hazard mitigation against the violent storms and SAISH events that happen in Lake Erie that could devastate our infrastructure running along Lakefront Boulevard. And that's basically what the project is, and what it'll look like is still yet to be determined. There's a lot of ongoing studies and engineering that's happening and design. And we're working with the Army Corps of Engineers, DEC, Department of State, and our consultants to present some solutions, nature-based solutions for the harbor. So that's where we are. We're still waiting to hear what the Senate.
Thanks, Vince. I know you've been checking it every day.
Yes,
and thank you, Congressman Langworthy. Hey, Mayor Kate, when will you present the two varying budgets, and will there be a press release along with that?
So I'm anticipating presenting the budgets on Friday. I don't know the exact time yet. Everybody will get notification when I'm ready to present. Yes, so there will be a press release, there will be a press conference, and we will have the two budgets hopefully by this Friday.
Thank you. Awesome. I know everybody, you and your close administration have been working nonstop, very hard. Thank you. That's all.
Okay, thank you. Councilmember Yurko?
I don't have anything.
Councilmember Stoyl?
Yes, she does. She's got COVID. Ellen, I'd like to apologize to you. Your name should have never been mentioned in that article, and for that I'm extremely sorry. I mean, I talked to you since day one, and I know where you're getting the figures from, and there always seems to be mysteriously missing two names that were involved with dealing with the finances of the city, and they were Mayor Rosas and Marcia Beach. That's where you're getting your figures, I believe, from Mark and those other two. You know, the old saying, 3 men in a room in Albany. We had 2 men and a woman in a room for the last 4 years that I've been here. So publicly, I want to apologize to you and hope you stick with us. I know you're trying like hell to put everything in perspective here, put the right thing right place. So again, I'm sorry, and I believe Abby, if she was feeling better, she would have said the same thing. And hang in there, buddy. We'll get through this. I'm done.
Thank you.
You mean it's now the agent council person?
You, one of the agent council.
Councilmember Nichols.
Just to make the announcement that Lucas Avenue Yard and Recycling is closed for the season starting last Saturday. We cannot do the overtime, so that was the shutdown, unless it will only be open to city crews if we have a bad storm. We're in brush collection for 3rd Ward this week. Next week is 4th Ward. It will be the final brush collection. I don't know who to ask on this, but do we have a loitering code in the city of Dunkirk? There's more and more people sleeping on benches on Central Avenue for hours at a time, and I don't know how they can be removed or find a different place to sleep for hours on end. I don't know who has that information. Chief Ortolano, do we have a loitering code for sleeping on benches?
It's a public bench. I don't know how we would remove anyone from a public space as long as they're not causing a problem.
It looks terrible for anybody coming into the city that they're...
I understand that, but it's a public bench. As long as they're not causing an issue, I don't know if we can physically remove them and then end up with liability on ourselves if they're not causing a problem. I can look into it, but that's my thing.
It's a government problem. They brought them here.
Vince, there's been a lot on social media about again, we're gonna go to the CDBG, the sidewalk replacement, and down in the 1st Ward, down on Oslot Street, they're putting one through a grassy area, and people are not understanding why they're doing it now after generations have driven their bicycles to School 7 on grass. Could you explain how that sidewalk program is going in the works through CDBG? I know Nikki's not here, she would do a great job with it.
Basically, you have sidewalks there for pedestrian safety and handicap accessibility. That's what it comes down to, and that's why sidewalks are being installed in areas where there weren't sidewalks. It's a safety measure, and we have funding to do it.
Thank you, thank you. I wanted it to come from the people that were instrumental in getting the program set up so that they're hearing the city has no money, but they don't understand we're not doing it. It's through the CDBG department.
The federal government is providing the funding, and we're providing the technical support and putting together the bids and project specifications, and we have some great private contractors that are fulfilling that whole project right now.
I know a couple years ago when they did Ruggles Street, they did a wonderful job.
Yeah, I think it's going well.
It is. Mayor, I know I'm not going to make friends with this one, but when Natalie brought it up about the budget, it was on the radio, and I listened to the podcast on it, and I was really kind of upset as a council person that we just didn't get some kind of a blurb first, that when potentially it could be given to council for review. It's very upsetting when we're supposed to be working as a team that we didn't get that info first.
I believe you're wrong, Councilwoman. I believe I've said numerous times that I wanted to present by mid-September, and I believe in our last executive session, I told you what my plans were. This has not been a secret. I said by mid-September, and my schedule is on for mid-September. I mean, I don't know that I could have made that any clearer.
But it was just a little bit, I was just taken aback by, and I wasn't sleeping at those meetings to hear you say that, but I was just surprised that we, as a group, did not know. It is possibly a week from, it was last Friday you were on, this week coming up, that possibly they would be ready, both would be ready to present to council or to the public or whatever. I think that's it. Oh, Vince, one more question on Natalie's question on the breakwaters out there. Were they only anticipating doing one with that platform through Nick Langworthy, or were they going to do multiple ones down at Wright Park?
We're looking, we have some additional studies that have been proposed by Great Lakes and St. Lawrence City's initiative that the mayor has been a part of, and they've brought some of their engineers and designers and looked at Wright Park, and they would like to And they've proposed some potential projects for stopping the erosion, the erosion of the cliffs, and protecting the wastewater treatment plant there. So we're looking at it as a whole system to try to protect that seashore with a change in climate and try to redirect some of the sediment transport to the right places to create additional beach, additional public access to the water, and provide protection and provide additional habitat for wildlife. So it's coming together, and I thank our federal officials, Congressman Langworthy and Senator Schumer and Gillibrand, for their support and their vision. And I think eventually it will all come together, and future generations will appreciate the work that's being done now.
I know it's 1992, that segmented offshore breakwaters, that's been under discussion and a hot topic. And with the shifting of the earth and everything, and the water coming in at a more fierce level, it's coming in and hitting Lakefront Boulevard really very strongly.
Federal
Mother
government
Nature
and the state government recognize that.
At least they do recognize it now. Thank you. I'm done.
Thank you. As we all know, the city's financial challenges are significant. We're working to address them in collaboration with the New York State Comptroller's Office. Their involvement will ensure that we're meeting the necessary standards for financial accountability as we move toward a more stable footing. Beyond the ongoing audits, we've already made hard decisions, such as suspending non-emergency overtime, and we're continuing to evaluate further measures. We're exploring options to reduce costs and maximize revenues, but the process is far from simple. We're aware that addressing the deficit won't be accomplished with quick fixes. It's going to require a longer-term commitment from all parties involved. Looking ahead, we anticipate Mayor Doviaz's upcoming budget presentation, which will lay out two paths forward. I believe it'll be an important opportunity for the council, the administration, and the Comptroller's Office to come together and finalize a budget that reflects the realities that we face while also keeping the city's future in mind. Council and Finance Committee remain committed to working toward responsible solutions, though. There's no denying the difficulty on the road ahead, but we're moving forward with determination and, I believe, a clear sense of purpose. Next Finance Committee meeting will be held this coming Monday, September 23rd at 9 a.m. in the Mayor's conference room. Moving on, it appears there's no unfinished business or pre-filed resolutions, so we move to new business. I understand there are a couple of walk-in resolutions this evening. Clerk, please introduce the first walk-in resolution.
Walk-in resolution 60-2024, resolution authorizing acceptance of funds from Lake Erie Management Commission for kayak launch repairs.
Okay, we'll need a motion to accept the walk-in resolution onto the agenda. Moved by Councilmember Nichols. We need a second. Seconded by Councilmember Yuriko. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Luskowiak.
Aye.
Councilmember Yuriko.
Say yes.
Yes.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Weiser.
Aye. Motion to accept the walk-in resolution onto the agenda is carried. Is there any discussion on walk-in resolution number 60-2024? Okay, seeing none, clerk, please call the roll for the vote on walk-in resolution number 60-2024.
Councilmember Luskowiak.
Aye.
Councilmember Yuriko.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Weiser.
Aye, the resolution's received sufficient support and is adopted.
Wait.
No.
No? Okay. Walk-in resolution 61-2024.
Okay, again, we'll need, would you go ahead and read the short title, please?
Yes. Resolution authorizing the City of Dunkirk to enter into a marina lease with Triple S Marina LLC.
Okay, again, we'll need a motion to accept the walk-in resolution.
So
Moved by Councilmember Nichols, seconded by Councilmember Luskowiak. Clerk, please call the roll.
Excuse me, would council wish to have a quick executive session on this?
yes.
Okay. If we could have a brief executive session?
Okay, in that case, is there a motion to enter into executive session for the purpose of, what would that be, Attorney Raimondo?
Contract negotiation?
Okay, for the purpose of discussing matters of contract negotiation.
So
moved by Councilmember Nichols, seconded by Councilmember Luskowiak. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Luskowiak.
Aye.
Councilmember Yeruko.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Weiser.
Aye, motion carries, and we will now enter into executive session. For the record, the time is 6:41. Let's go ahead and meet in the mayor's conference room.
Very informal.
Okay, thank you all for your patience. Walk-in resolution 61-2024 has been accepted onto the agenda. Is there any discussion, council?
No.
Okay. Seeing none, clerk, please call the roll for the vote on walk-in resolution for 61-2024.
Councilmember Laskowiak?
Aye.
Councilmember Yurko? Aye. Councilmember Stoyl?
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Weiser?
Aye, the resolution is adopted. Is there any further new business this evening? If not, I'd accept a motion to adjourn. By Councilmember Stoyl, is there a second? Councilmember Nichols. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Laskowiak?
Aye.
Councilmember Yurko? Aye. Councilmember Stoyl? Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Weiser?
Aye, the meeting is adjourned.